Hey, brothers and sisters. I just wanted to come on here real quick, do a quick video on this. I just wanted to share something here with you that Straightway Life Ministry, Brother Dawid has done. He has got his hands on a video that Pastor David Manning has done, and it's regarding the black Hebrew Israelites are not Hebrews, they're Hamites, which is exactly what Brother Dawid has been saying all along. And here's a copy of the original video here, giving credit uh, where credit is due to Brother Dawid, where he's mirroring Pastor David Manning's video. But Pastor David Manning, obviously a black man, he has no skin in this game other than the truth to come out. And he destroys, I mean, destroys so-called Pastor Dowell. I mean, there's nothing left of the guy. He runs him through a meat grinder. So I really highly suggest you watch this video and share it with as many people as you possibly can, because there is a race war coming, I guarantee you. And Dowell and his ilk, my gut tells me they're going to be right in the very front, because I have never seen so much hate, so much name calling, so many just wishing white people bad, and just can't wait until America falls. And it is going to fall. It is going to fall. That's a guarantee. As a matter of fact, I've already done a video or two on it, and this is my site, Kevin Richardson Ministries, and you can go to it and check out this page, Flee Babylon. We'll help you every way we can, give you some coaching and counseling, give you some advice. I've been in the Philippines since 2006, so you might want to check it out. So if the Lord is, telling you to get out of Babylon and you're thinking about moving east, I'll help you out, because I know the ropes. But with this homosexual marriage law, the past, I think it's the final nail in America's coffin. And so I've been sounding the alarm. But, if the Lord wants you to stay in America, stay in America. Do what the Lord tells you to do. But, we were called out 2006. And so there it is. So again, also on our site, real quick, we also, if you need to, beef up your library, we also sell Bibles as far in video format, in MP3 format, audio format. These are something that are really good and beneficial. I mean, my eyes are shot now because I spend so much time on the computer. I mean, I literally have to walk away sometimes because I literally cannot see the screen. My eyes get so tired. So I stay in the Word by listening to MP3s. I've been a user of this material for a long time. And Alexander Scorby is the best there is, hands down. Been using them for years and years and years. This stuff is cheap. It's you can get it for your desktop. You can get it for your Android phone. You can also get it for your Android iPad. So, spend a little time and check it out. If there's something there you need, it'll help support us, because we're doing all we can do, to help wake as many people up. And it seems like most of the Christian church is dead asleep or just don't care, and they're sitting to wait on the rapture. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen to the last day. Remember what Martha said to Jesus, that she knew that Lazarus would rise on the last day, and Jesus didn't correct her. It's the last day. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you guys have got to know this. So anyway, this is not a video about the rapture. It's about the truth, as far as these black Hebrew Israelites, these haters, these racists, these black supremacists. And so you got to, So with that, I'm going to shut up and let you guys listen to the video. Good luck. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you want to support us, there's a PayPal link on our site. Please support us. If you need scriptures, good scriptures there, please, buy from us, and that'll help us too, because we're trying to wake Catholics up. We got problems. We got things going on everywhere, trying to wake as many people up as we can. So take care. I worry about you. I love you. As long as you're straight, I'll do anything in the world for you. And if you come visit, check it out, do a recon visit, we'll even pick you up at the airport, arrange housing for you, introduce you to friends, get other opinions. I really, really think you guys need to consider that. So with that, enjoy the video. God bless you. Straightway Life Ministries channel, okay? Take care, and God bless you. Bye now.
Last week, I posted up, or at least I covered here on the Manning Report, the biblical claim that I and people of my skin tone and color and heritage, that we are Hamites, that we are the sons and daughters of Noah's son Ham. And found, of course, in Genesis chapter 9, the three sons of Noah, Shem, Japheth, and Ham. And of course, the Bible states that Noah cursed Canaan, who is the son of Ham, Noah's grandson, and cursed him that he would be a servant of Japheth and Shem to some degree. And we posted this up, and we have been able to trace the ancestry, the use of the name Ham, Adam, and Abram, and look very carefully what the Bible has had to say. Now we know that this same scripture was used quite a bit during the antebellum period. Baptist preachers, Southern preachers alike used it to verify that slavery was indeed in order, and that blacks were appropriate to be made slaves here in America. That's been a stinging point, a very painful point in American history, and very painful to the black psyche. However, I'm again stating that I'm a Hamite because I got a lot of pushback from the group known as the Israelites, a group of black religious group men who are declaring that they are the original Jews, and that the Jews that call themselves Jews are not Jews at all, but come from another part of the world, and they are not indigenous to either Canaan land or Egypt or any of that region that they now occupy as Jews. Now, this group, the Israelites, have been pretty much in vogue for the past couple of decades, and they gave a lot of pushback, stating that they are the Jews and that I'm not a Hamite. If I would agree with them, that I am a Jew. But let me just try to set the record straight on this, because they use a lot of convoluted scriptures to try to demonstrate that these black people, or that they are the original Jews. Let me start by saying that the black psyche has been so bruised by slavery and by the fact that Africa has suffered so greatly, and blacks still suffer when it comes to on-par performance with other people. For instance, the people who do declare themselves Jews at present demonstrate a much higher IQ and intellect. Now, I don't say this because I'm proud to say it. I say it because it's true. But the people who they say are not Jews today, but are thieves of the Jewish name and heritage, demonstrate unequivocally and systematically a much higher IQ. And it isn't about war that they have become conquerors. They have become conquerors through the process of the use of the blessings of God. They operate businesses. They win nearly all of the prizes, whether in science or medicine or literature or philosophy. These so-called non-Jews are indeed the most brilliant people on the planet intellectually. And that can be verified through the fact that the prizes have been given out as such. But that's not the most important thing I want to say, is that because the black psyche is so bruised and we are ashamed of being Hamites, we're ashamed of the fact that Canaan was cursed, we're ashamed of the fact that we've been and made good slaves. We're ashamed of that. But here, to get away from that, Elijah Poole, a Georgia preacher, began to preach a convoluted version of Islam and form what we now know as the Nation of Black Muslims. And in order to make his point, he stated that the black man was the original man, which refutes what the Israelites say, that the black man was the first man ever made, and that the devil made the white man in a test tube, that he is not an authentic man, that the white man is a devil. And you and I know that for many decades, the teaching of Elijah Poole and Elijah Muhammad and about Master Farad and Yaqub and the creation of the white man in a test tube, that's why he's a devil and so evil, which doesn't make a lot of sense. If he was created in a test tube, then why is he the devil? But at any rate, this Nation of Islam drew away a large number of young black people trying to find relief from the scar and of slavery and the low performance of black people. So they said, well, okay, we are the original man, even though as the original man, the black man owns less, has less power, has less influence than the man that was so-called created by the black man, which is absolutely preposterous. If the black man is the original man, that he is so bereft of any kind of power of note upon the planet. But that was the false, misleading, misguided teaching of the Nation of Islam Muslims. Out of that group, Muhammad Ali was a part of it, and of course came Malcolm X out of that group, and now Louis Farrakhan runs that same group. And they continue that same false, convoluted doctrine about the black man being the original man to try to heal themselves of the low-performing position of black people and the curse that God placed upon Canaan. But fortunately, the Nation of Islam had a Malcolm X who realized it was a false teaching. It was a false representation of Islam. It wasn't even Islam, the Nation of Islam, black Muslims religion. And he tried to lead black people away from that false teaching. Now we have the Israelites who are doing basically the same thing, not with Islam, but with Judaism. They're claiming that they are the Jews and that they are the original man and that they are the original Jews and that they're not Hamites. And it is just the same thing now with a different religious flavor. And they convolute the Bible. They take all kinds of scriptures and convolute them from Genesis to Amos and others, trying to avoid the fact that they are Hamites, trying to avoid the heritage and the lineage, and claiming that they are the Jews, claiming they are the blessed. However, there's no spiritual designation, there is no spiritual heritage, there's nothing at all. And the scriptures that they use, and I could go through those scriptures that they use, but it's just a matter of convolution, the same way that, and confusion too, by the way. This is a very misguided group, these Israelites, claiming, first of all, to be Jews when we've all evolved to the point of being Christians now. That's one of the things. But I think that what needs to happen in the Israelites, they're not going to listen to me. Somebody within that group needs to be the next Malcolm X coming out of the Israelites, recognizing that it's just filled with hate, but more specifically, it's trying to deal with the psyche of why black people are at the bottom of the world's totem pole, have been there from time immemorial, do not possess the highest IQs, do not command commerce worldwide, do not lead great nations and build great societies. I mean, these are all historical facts. You can go find anything you want anywhere, and you can use any scripture you want. But I think the thing that's most important about this is that they are impeding, just like the Nation of Islam led many black men astray, having them thinking that they were Muslims when they were not. Now this Israelite group is doing the exact same thing, got black men thinking that they're of the tribes of Israel. You see them on the streets with their uniforms, with their buckles, and with their brass, and with their brash way of speaking. It is nothing more but the Nation of Islam revisited again with a false teaching trying to escape being black. They're not proud of being black. They look down on, and they say the Jews are the Hamites. I mean, this is utterly ridiculous. But what are you going to do? I mean, there is such a pain in the heart of these Israelites about being black. And there's such a pain that they realize that black people just haven't accomplished on the world par. On the world stage, Africa is perhaps the least of all planets, all continents. And in terms of financing, in terms of blessings of God, demonstrated blessings of God, if they are the Jews, if they are the ones that God has blessed, then where's the proof of the blessing? Where's the proof of the blessing? Where is it? And then how did you get from Abraham taking over the land of Canaan, which was Ham's son, being blessed there? You are the sons of David and Solomon. How did you get from that state to the point where Jesus came through the Jews, which, and I would say to all Israelites, be very careful, because effectively what you're saying, essentially, is that Jesus came through your blood group born there in Bethlehem, which is blasphemy. It is outright blasphemy. But the question remains, and up to the point of Jesus, with Josephus and other historians, we've got pretty clear history of what happened in the diaspora of the Jews that were there from David, from Malachi to the Maccabees. We've got clear history, and there is not a scintilla of connection between blacks or Negroes or Africans in America and the connection with the diaspora of the Jews that gave birth to Jesus and that were there during the time of the Maccabees and during the time of the great king of Israel, David. There's not one scintilla of evidence of the two being the same. This is a power grab. It is an attempt to escape the fact that you were slaves, you were cursed, you were subject to slaves, and it also is an attempt to escape the fact that blacks are the lowest performing people on the planet, have been, and are going to remain that way. And what this does is it stops the truth, because God can heal us as Hamites. God can heal us. But to say to God, we don't want the designation and we don't want the healing, we want to steal the healing, we want to steal our brother's birthright, we want to steal the Jewish brother's birthright. I guess the next group that will come along, because we got the Muslims in the Nation of Islam, what a lie that was, what a malign, convoluted teaching that led so many people. And by the way, people still believe the Nation of Islam, that they're Muslim, and Malcolm told them that they are not. They still believe that hogwash. And now you got the nation, these Israelites. It is the exact same thing, except now it's trying to steal from the Jews. Paul tried to steal from the Muslims. Now the Israelites are trying to steal the heritage of the Jews. It is a mess. It represents the sickness, the pathetic mindset, the pain that black men go through when they look at their place on the world stage. I guess the next robbery will be to say that the black man is the original white man. Oh, God, from Zion? You people and the Israelites need to be very careful. You're treading upon a region that does two things. One, it blasphemes the birth of the Lord Jesus Christ. But more importantly, you are leading people away from the throne of God. Because when you stand before God and you deny who you are before him, you deny what he has said about you, and you claim and steal your brother's birthright. Number one, you're bearing false witness in the presence of God. Number two, you are coveting your brother's house. You're coveting your brother's heritage. You're coveting your brother's position in the world. And so when you stand before God as a bearing false witness, when you stand before God blaspheming the presence of Jesus, when you stand before God coveting your brother's heritage, you're not going to be blessed. And so these Israelites are leading people away from the blessings of God. And you are impeding the hand of God to turn around and bless. God can bless us as Hamites, and He will. He can remove the curse, and He has. But for those whose minds are open, because I know the Israelites will not open their mind, remember how strong the teaching was of Elijah Muhammad about the black man being the original man and the white man being the devil. It just wasn't true. It isn't true. And now we got the Israelites. They are the original Jews, and the Jews that demonstrate a birthright, the highest intellect, the greatest financial skills, the world conquerors in commerce, are not the blessed of God. It is absolutely asinine that anybody could, for just one moment, believe such a religious, cultish claim. I'm James David Manning. I'm a Hamite, and I'm waiting on God's blessings to be demonstrated, and we will rise again.
All the time, the Manning Report, it should